Hello and welcome to Olympia High School for Game 2 of this championship series best of 3 between the Winter Garden Squeeze and the Leesburg Lightning. We have a good one for you today. Leesburg won last night, taking the advantage. My name is Christian Opoza alongside my broadcast partner Carter Mansfield. Carter, what happened last night and how did Leesburg pull away after being down the entire game?
Yeah, like you said, Leesburg trailed the entire ball game yesterday. Was just unable to get any offense going, trailing 4-2 going into the ninth inning. And obviously, Leesburg is no stranger to that type of situation. They came back against the Winter Park Diamond Dogs in Game 2 of the semifinal series and were able to put together another ninth inning comeback last night in Game 1 of the championship series. Obviously, it was kind of handed to him. Winter Garden kind of folded there in the end, had a couple of errors, and the only hit in the inning was a bunt single by Austin Brindling, a couple walks as well. So they really got it, just gave the Lightning an opportunity, and they capitalized after not being able to with the runners in scoring position for most of the game. So, I mean, if you're Winter Garden, you just can't let that carry over. You can't let that affect today's game. You still have a chance to come back and tie the series, and then it's anybody's ball game in Game 3. That's obviously the goal. And I mean, Winter Garden just cannot let that hangover happen. And on the other side, if you're Leesburg, you can't let such an emotional game carry over to today in a bad way, just kind of come out sluggish. I mean, obviously, Leesburg not really used to playing at this time of day either, so you can't let the hangover get to you, and you got to come out here and still be ready to play with your foot on the gas, carry that momentum into today's ball game.
Absolutely. Championship series is really all about momentum, and right now Leesburg has all of it. I want to send a huge shout out to Johnny Damon and Winter Garden Mayor John Reese for throwing out the first pitch. Johnny is supporting A-Game. The Squeeze is a sponsor all season long, the ultimate in hydration, available in Costco and Publix. Thank you very much to both of them for starting this day off. And for the Squeeze, we have Ryan Feary on the mound. Feary has pitched really well in his last couple of starts, but especially in that last start against the Rats, the decider that ended up winning the series. He was now 1-0 in the playoffs, just one start, obviously, 6 1/3. 6 strikeouts, just walked one guy as opposed to 6 hits. He looked so good in that game against the Rats, and the Squeeze are going to need him in that outing again today. The defense for Winter Garden, left to right, we have Ian Farrell playing left field, Brandon Fields, the center fielder, Matthew Prevesk, the new UCF Knight in right field, Trent McKinley, the third baseman, Todd Clay, your shortstop, Jared Davis, second baseman, Santino Rea back after being pulled out of the game yesterday due to a little bit of an injury. He's playing first base, and then doing the catching for Fury will be Michael Young. Coming into the box is Austin Brindling, who scored the winning run last night after trying to steal third base, drew a wide throw from Young, and that's how we got here. The first pitch to Brindling, ball just a little bit low. Young couldn't hang on to that one.
Yeah, and Austin Brindling had the lone hit in the ninth inning, that bunt single last night. Struggled outside of that, had a walk, but wasn't able to get a hit outside of that bunt single. But in the end, no one's going to remember that.
Exactly.
With his aggressive base running, really, kind of pressured the Winter Garden defense into those mistakes, and he capitalized and scored the game-winning run last night.
1-1 from Ryan Feary slapped back, so it's 1-2 on Brindling now, and really if he gets on, you kind of have to just assume that he's going to go first pitch he sees, or first couple of pitches he sees. A guy with a lot of speed, and Leesburg last night did that a lot and drew some bad throws from the catcher that ultimately ended up putting guys in scoring position. A couple times weren't able to cash in, but obviously that last inning really helped them out. And here comes the 1-2 from Fury. Just a bit high and inside, I'd say, so it's going to be an even count now on Brindling. Here comes the break even. Upstairs again, so the count will run full for Fury. Here comes the 3-2 to Brindling. Ball 4, so Brindling's on with a leadoff walk, and Leesburg's got something going here for Gabriel Santiago.
Yeah, and this is exactly how the game started yesterday. Leadoff walk from Austin Brindling, and he had 3 stolen bases in the ball game yesterday, so definitely a speed threat. Has 4 in the playoffs so far and had 21 during the regular season. So definitely is a factor right here with the leadoff walk.
Winter Garden's thrown out just 2 runners all season long. And this one's going to be put on the ground, and it'll go foul. Good idea from Santiago, trying to catch McKinley sleeping over there at third base, trying to lay the bunt down, but now McKinley is probably going to play that corner.
Yeah, and this Leesburg team likes to bunt a lot. I mean, they play a lot of small ball. That's how they've been successful so far. Not a ton of power hitters. You'll see guys, especially like the speedy Santiago, try to lay down a lot of bunts here today.
Got to check on Brimling. He's nothing going over there. Santiago just 143 in the playoffs so far, 2 hits and 14 at-bats, but he's got 2 RBIs, and that's really the most important stat for Leesburg. Here comes the 0-1. This one hit into the air to center field. Brandon Fields camps under it. He's there. That's out number 1. So good job from Ryan Fury getting a good hitter in Santiago.
Yeah, good contact there by Santiago. Really drove that pitch, but right at the center fielder Fields. You kind of almost like to see Santiago get it on the ground a little bit with his speed, but nonetheless, not a bad first out.
Yeah, with the amount of speed that Santiago has, it's really hard to double him up, and we saw that yesterday. A lot of ground balls, but not able to be doubled up. Here comes Logan Chapman. He looks at strike 1 off speed in there. Nice pitch from Fury to start off. The new guy to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, he struggled last night, 0 for 4. Very not a usual performance from the 3-0 hitter for the Lightning.
That one's outside, yeah. 0 for 4 last night. Really nothing going there. 333 overall, though, in the playoffs, so that's a pretty decent number, I'd say. But trying to keep the line moving here in the top of the first inning. Here comes the 1-1. On the ground to the second baseman. Davis, a diving stop, second there. Really nice play from Jared Davis. Getting the runner Brimling at second base. It's going to cut down some speed.
Yeah, when you're in a slump, that's usually what tends to happen, like Logan Chapman just had there. Definitely deserved a base hit, but what a phenomenal play by Davis to stop that ball in the diving catch and flip to Todd Clay. We saw a little bit of issues with that last night in the 9th inning, so good to see they're on the same page here today.
Yeah, and saves probably, Brimling would probably have went to third base there, so it would have been runners on the corners, 1 out. Now you got runner on first, 2 outs for Brooks Bryan. Bryan walked 3 times yesterday, just only registered 1 plate appearance, or 1 at-bat, I should say. Scored 2 runs, struck out once. First pitch was a strike to him.
Yeah, and they were definitely not trying to give Brooks Bryan anything to hit yesterday. He's torched the squeeze during the regular season. We saw him hit 3 doubles in that game earlier at Olympia High School last time these 2 teams met in the regular season. So definitely trying to be a little more conservative with Bryan. At least that was the approach in game 1.
Got a 0-2 pitch coming his way from Ryan Fury. Here it is. Slap to third baseman McKinley makes a nice play on the fly, so that's out number 3. Fury walks the first guy, done nothing going other than that. Good job getting out of that. No score going into the bottom of the first inning from Olympia High School. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Olympia High School, bottom of the first inning. Got a pitcher on the mound to tell you about. Danny Rodriguez, just recently committed to Weber International. Carter, he's pitched once in the playoffs, but he's also pitched against the Squeeze a couple of times. What has he done?
Yeah, he pitched 2 innings in Game 1 of the semifinal series against Winter Park, and 2 shutout innings at that. Got the win in that ball game as well, but been a little bit of a hybrid reliever and starter this season for the Lightning. Getting the start here today, and his worst start of the season was actually against the Winter Garden Squeeze. Gave up 3 earned runs, 3 hits, and 3 walks. Has not given up more than 2 runs in any other appearance this season outside of that one against Winter Garden back on July 9th. So going to need at least, 3 or 4, I would say, from Rodriguez today, and then hand it over to the bullpen would be ideal. Doesn't really pitch hasn't pitched longer than 4 this season, and that was a no-hit effort against Sanford. So we'll see if he can capitalize and give the Lightning some innings right here at the start today.
He's got Matthew Prevesk in a 3-1 count. Let's look at the Squeeze lineup. Got Prevesk, then McKinley, then Todd Clay, Ian Farrell, Brandon Fields, Zachary Stokes, Michael Young, Santino Real, they call him Sonny, Jared Davis, and then rounding out the 10 will be Don Robinson, one of the EHs today against Rodriguez. Here comes the 3-1. In there for a strike, so the count's going to run full on Prevesk. Prevesk 0 for 4 yesterday, 250 in the playoffs overall now. It's been a staple at the top of the lineup for the Squeeze. A 3-2 off speed, not in there, so both teams now have their first runners on via the walk.
Yeah, good at bat there to lead it off from Prevesk. We saw these leadoff base runners be an issue for Leesburg last night. Squeeze were able to produce early and often in innings, and obviously that allowed them to lead through the first 8 innings.
That's going to bring up Trip McKinley, and how about this? The first 2 hitters for the Squeeze last night in Prevesk and McKinley, 0 for 8 combined.
Yeah, it was a rough outing for the top of the lineup there, but we talked about it a little bit last night. That 3-4-5 combo was absolutely lethal in the ball game last night for the Squeeze. Had a were just absolutely dynamic, and it was hard, for the Lightning to stop them, and that's kind of what gave them the lead for the first 8 innings of the game.
Going to get a check on Prevesk. Good job from the first baseman Stubbs keeping it in front of him. That ball was in the dirt. Could have gotten ugly there. McKinley just .083 in the playoffs, but he's been a really good bat in the 2 spot for the Squeeze ever since joining the team late. .314 in the regular season. He's going to look at a high pitch again, so he's going to see a good pitch out of the hands of Rodriguez in a 2-0 count.
Yeah, the last time out against Winter Garden, Danny Rodriguez tied his season high for walks, so has had an issue with that sometimes during the regular season. We'll see if he can start to find the strike zone a little bit more right here. Seems a little shaky early, though.
2-0's upstairs, so it's a 3-0 pitch. And not sure we're going to see the bat move from McKinley's shoulders. Also going to get a mound visit from the catcher, Brian. Just going to check on him. Probably a good idea after walking the first guy. And now 3 straight balls here. But this Squeeze, all of the Squeeze hitters, 1 through 10, really good plate discipline. They don't really give you too much. They do get a little jumpy with 2 strikes, but of course you got to be protective up there when you have 2 strikes. And that's all you can really ask for the Squeeze.
Yeah, absolutely. This lineup was super disciplined in the ball game last night. Drew 3 walks on the night, but I think the Lightning pitchers did a really good job of pounding the strike zone. You saw Leighton Perry, Ryan Brown, and those guys who don't give up a lot of walks. So, I think the Squeeze had a very good offensive performance. It just, obviously, we said it, just collapsed there at the end.
The 3-0. So it's a 4-pitch walk to McKinley. It's going to bring up the 3-hitter Todd Clay. And, yeah, in my article, I mentioned it was basically just pitching, defense, but a little bit of offense sprinkled in there at certain times. I remember the Squeeze scored at least 1 run in 3 straight innings, but wasn't good enough to take the advantage home. And now Leesburg just a win away from securing their 4th championship. Of course, Winter Garden needs to win this game to force a Game 3 winner-take-all tomorrow night back in Leesburg. First pitch to Todd Clay almost hits him. It's going to be brushed off the plate, so that's now 5 straight out of the hands of Rodriguez.
Yeah, and usually Coach Billings doesn't tolerate walks too much. He's usually has a shorter leash on walks than even base hits. If you're pounding the strike zone, he'll give you a little bit more leeway, but if you can't find the strike zone, then obviously that's going to be a problem early.
And that's 6 straight. So Rodriguez is going to take a step off for a second, try to regroup himself. Clay yesterday, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, also struck out, but now he's 385 in the playoffs overall. Good enough for second best qualifying on the squeeze lineup. Here comes a 2-0 in the dirt, so that's 7 straight. Not sure, again, we're going to see Clay really move at all, especially with Ian Farrell coming up behind him. A lot of power there. Gotta get there first, though.
And already Coach Billings sending Riley Fitzgerald to the bullpen.
We were talking about that, too. Could go get tomorrow, but
he's going out there, too, as well.
So that's 2 straight walks and 8 straight balls. It's going to bring up Ian Farrell. And yeah, we were talking about Fitzgerald possibly could have went tomorrow, but I think they're more focused, obviously, on winning this game and not letting it get out of hand.
Yeah, definitely, and that's what I said. Coach Billings does not have any kind of tolerance for walks. I mean, he'll give you a lot more leeway if you're pounding the strike zone and just kind of getting unlucky, but if you can't find the strike zone, it's obviously going to be an issue.
This is exactly who you want in the box. 3 for 3 yesterday, and that's a good pitch. Follow the strike. So, yeah, 3 for 3 yesterday. RBI, walk, run scored, did everything but strike out, basically. And you'll take that if you're Ian Farrell. Got a good spot, bases juiced, no outs. Just going to look at a ball. Good job laying off that one, the off-speed outside. Got some decent speed on the base paths as well. Prevesk at third and McKinley at second base. McKinley could probably score on a single in the outfield, but it's going to be a close play with the arms in this Leesburg outfield. Here comes the 1-1. 2-1. Outside. So now Farrell's probably going to see a pitch to hit.
Yeah, good hitters count right here. Definitely a chance for some fireworks.
The 2-1. In the air, foul. That would have been real nice for the squeeze. Probably would have scored at least 2. Maybe even definitely. 3, the way that kind of rolled down the line. Now it's got a 2-2 pitch.
Yeah, this is a huge, I think, make-or-break pitch here for Danny Rodriguez. Bases loaded, no outs, and if you can get an out right here, it kind of sets the tone to potentially get out of this with minimal damage.
Ground ball away from 2 as well. Here comes the 2-2 from Rodriguez. Outside, so now 3-2. Got another pitch to make. Right here, cannot walk a guy in. But if you're Farrell, don't want to be too aggressive. Here comes the 3-2. Hit into right center field, going back of the track. It's there, caught by the right fielder, Michael Furry, but Prevesk will tag up, so the Squeeze are going to take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first.
Definitely thought that was almost gone there. I mean, would have obviously been a huge grand slam, but nonetheless, really good job. I mean, that's exactly what you want to do in that situation. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever to get the squeeze on the board. I mean, you obviously want to just elevate something and try and stay out of that double play, and that's exactly what he did right there. So good job getting the first run on the board for Winter Garden.
And good job from Furry, the right fielder, not trying to do too much, just getting the ball back in and keeping Clay on first base. But now Clay's going to take off. Fields looks at strike 1, the throw down. Not in time. Really, really close play. But Clay just had enough speed and a good jump that got him there.
Yeah, what a steal there. I mean, he had to kind of just maneuvered his foot, or he probably would have been out right there. Really good job of getting that foot in and evading the attack from Gabriel Santiago.
Yeah, and this is going to – Brandon Fields at the plate looked at strike 1. Fields yesterday 1 for 4, but last time he played here at Olympia High School, 5 RBIs, a 3-run shot, a 2-run shot. He was amazing in that second game against the Sanford River Rats, basically eliminating his former team. He was a River Rat last year. Now he's a member of the Squeeze, and he's doing a really good job while doing so. Here comes the pitch. swung on and missed. A good swing and miss there. Tried to go the other way. Not able to make contact.
Yeah, the squeeze still no hits to this point. Danny Rodriguez seems like he's maybe getting it under control a little bit more here, but
comes the 1-2. Ooh, don't want to overthrow, and that looks like kind of almost did there. Good job catch the ball from Brian, saving a run.
Yeah, obviously we're not dealing with the same type of backstop as we dealt with last night, but still don't want to risk that and potentially let a run score.
Fields is going to see a 2-2. Here it is, popped back. Fields is a really, really good fastball hitter, and there it was, all over at that time.
Yeah, and this obviously a really hitters-friendly ballpark here at Olympia High School, but guys like Fields are just going to feast off of that.
Yeah, 315 in the corners, 380 out in center field. We've seen a lot of homers here at this ballpark this summer. 2-2 is a breaking ball upstairs, so now the count will run full again. So now runners on second and third, one out. Here comes the full count pitch in the dirt, so another walk for this squeeze offense, and that's going to bring up Zachary Stokes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's frustrating. You grew up 1-1 with a 1-2 count, but I mean, also you didn't give a guy like Fields anything to hit there with runners in scoring position. So you had that base open. So not the worst case scenario, but obviously if you already have 3 or 4 walks in the inning, it's not a good sign. So.
Now you're a ground ball away from getting out of the inning, though.
That is
so
true.
You'll take that. Because like you said, not the worst case scenario, but also not the best. Zachary Stokes in the box. 2 for 3 yesterday. RBI, run scored. First pitch he sees, tried to hammer that one, but just barely made contact, strike one.
Yeah, we talked about this being a super hitters-friendly ballpark with the shorter fences. The Lightning have hit a third of their home runs this season at Olympia High School. So, I mean, definitely easier to get it out here, and we'll probably see a few here today.
0-1 is outside. The squeeze showing, as I said earlier, they show a lot of plate discipline, but doing really, really good so far today, working a lot of pitches out of the hands of Rodriguez already. This is going to be pitch number 30. Here it is. Stokes into right field. Ah, it's foul.
Yeah, he smoked that ball, but just got a little bit too out in front of it. Once again, Danny Rodriguez has a 1-2 count. Just got to capitalize this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. Fitzgerald not warming up in the bullpen anymore. I wonder if he's ready or if they pulled him in. See him walking around out there, keeping his hand hot, so he might be ready to go. See what happens on the 1-2 pitch to Zachary Stokes. Good take there, not giving him anything.
Yeah, and Rodriguez isn't going to last very long in this game if he keeps running up this pitch count. I mean, obviously, like you said, over 30 pitches, still only one out. So I know there's a ton of options for Leesburg in the bullpen here today, and I don't think Coach Billings is going to hesitate to use them.
The 2-2, check swing, doesn't matter. It was a strike either way. Beautiful pitch from Rodriguez. I believe it was an off-speed that just snuck right in there.
Yeah, seems like the Lightning always kind of come out sluggish right here and then kind of turn it up at the end of the game, and I think that's especially going to be a factor here today with the earlier start. But good strikeout there by Rodriguez, and they got out of a ton of gems last night with minimal damage. We'll see if they can do it once again right here.
It's going to bring up Michael Young, 0 for 3 yesterday with the K. He's going to look at strike one. Young looking to avenge himself a little bit. Was the catcher that threw the ball a little wide of the third baseman, McKinley, even though it did go off of his glove. Of course, he felt a little bit of that on him. The 0-1, good job laying off. Check over. Matt Schaefer, the first base umpire, says no. So runners still on every base. 2 outs for the squeeze catcher. Strike 2, and Rodriguez has found it now, firing it in there. He's throwing some nice pitches to get Young so far.
Yeah, he's recovered nicely in this third consecutive 1-2 count. We'll see if he can capitalize. He has a walk and a strikeout in the last 2 at-bats.
Here comes the 1-2 to Young. Swung on and missed, so the Squeeze are going to strand them loaded. After loading them up with no outs, they get out of it with just 1, so they'll take that. It's 1-0 Squeeze going into the top of the second inning. We'll be right back on Flow Sports. Top of the second inning, Winter Garden has the 1-0 advantage in Game 2 of the best-of-3 championship series for the Florida Collegiate Summer League. Christian Raposa, Carter Mansfield with you here today. Got a pretty good crowd, probably the best Olympia has seen all summer long. Actually, absolutely the best that we've seen all summer long. Michael Furry in the box. Looks at strike 1 from Fury.
Yeah, Furry versus Fury right here.
Yeah, that'll confuse you. It's like a tongue twister.
It is.
Looks at strike 2. Hopefully Fury can make quick work of Furry to help me out. But last time Furry was here, had a monster day. Couple extra base hits and a long ball. He's going to look at a closed pitch.
He stayed hot in both of those games of that doubleheader, and he was phenomenal. Struggled a little bit last night, however. Did have went 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. So looking to turn his fortunes around and get it going here tonight. Only has 1 hit in the playoffs so far.
Comes a 1-2. Lined into right field. That'll get down for the first base hit of either team. So Michael Furry is on with a base hit.
Yeah, just drove that one. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say. Just prototypical good piece of hitting.
Yeah, took the outside pitch that way, went with the baseball. Really nice piece of hitting from Michael Furry.
And he's, one of the fastest runners I know, and that's saying something in this lineup. 13 stolen bases on the season, but is even capable of more than that.
That brings up Andrew Lineback. This guy had a day yesterday, 3 for 4. This one on the ground to the shortstop, Clay on the second, on the first. Not in time at first, but got the fastest guy probably on either team right now other than Gabriel Santiago, so you'll take that.
Yeah, and then you eliminate, it's much easier to do with Drew Lineback on the base paths, who only has 3 stolen bases on the season, versus Michael Furry, and now you're working with 1 out and potentially an inning-ending double play.
Yeah, here comes Tyler Gertison. Gertison yesterday, 1 for 3, another strikeout, but 364 overall in the playoffs. He's been really good for the Lightning so far. First pitch to him, I believe it was fouled back. It was. So, strike 1.
Yeah, Gertison's been an on-base machine this season, and obviously that'd be huge. The Lightning haven't put a runner in scoring position yet.
That one, nice pitch from Ryan Fury, off speed. Just kind of disappeared on Gertison there, so it's 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 from Fury upstairs. I was wondering if Leinenbach was going to try to take off. Obviously, we saw at the beginning of the inning, Michael Young kind of a little angry after the strikeout to strand the bases loaded, sailed the baseball past the second baseman.
Center field.
Here comes the 1-2. Leinenbach is taking off. The thing was a hit and run. Slapped it foul.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a designed hit and run or if Leinenbach was on the move, because you rarely see that with 2 strikes, just because you don't want to have to swing on 2-strike pitch. But nonetheless, Leinenbach has not really been great stealing bases during the regular season, at least. 3 stolen bases, but was also caught stealing 3 times.
So we'll do 1-2 once more. We'll see if Leinenbach will take off this one. He won't. Here comes on the ground and foul.
You'll see this with Gertison a lot. He just kind of sits there and chops pitches until he gets one he really likes, and then he'll chop it to left field. Kind of. It's not a lot of solid contact from Gertison, but leads the team in walks, and it's phenomenal. Just kind of poking it into the right spot.
So we'll do it again. Ryan Fury trying to get down Gertison. Here it is. Ball in the dirt. Good job laying off from Tyler. .288 overall during the regular season. 23 hits and 80 at-bats. 18 runs scored, 12 RBIs as well. This one lined into right field. Matthew Privas, it'll drop right in front of him, but he's going to throw it in and keep runners on first and second base. So now the Lightning have something going here with 1 out in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, now we see Drew Stubbs, the RBI machine from last night, drove in both of the runs before the 9th inning. In last night's ball game, had a sac fly and an RBI single. So he was phenomenal. He stepped up in a huge spot. We talked about last night as this championship DNA almost. Won in the 2021 Lightning team, won the championship there. So he's looking to make it 2 for him in the Florida League.
Yeah, 1 for 3 yesterday, 2 RBIs. He was a bright spot in this Leesburg offense that really didn't have many until the last half of the 9th. He's going to look at ball 1 from Ryan Fury. Fury from Rollins College was a part of that Division II team that was just a win away from the national championship, now trying to get a Florida League championship. Swung on, miss from Stubbs.
Yeah, Stubbs has just seemed to come through in the clutch moments all season long, and definitely another huge RBI opportunity right here.
Got ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1-0. Leinenbach got a jump, but he stayed put. Stubbs on the ground to the second baseman. Davis eats the second, hop on the first, got him. Double play to end the inning and get out of the jam. Ryan Fury is now through 2. No score in the second inning. Still 1-0 Winter Garden. Back here at Olympia High School, bottom of the second inning, Santino Reyes, Sonny in the box. Yesterday was pulled after a collision at first base, so just one at bat. Was 0 for 1. Trying to establish himself here in the championship series. Rodriguez still on the mound for the Lightning after getting out of the bases loaded jam nicely. In the first inning, Reyes is going to look at a ball upstairs.
Yeah, scary collision there for Rayout yesterday. Good to see he's back in the lineup. Like you said, I think he was in concussion protocol, so
yeah,
good to see he's back and healthy today.
Went down there before the game, got to talk to him. He had a mark on his nose. I believe that's where he was bleeding yesterday. He's going to foul that one back. Sonny's on his way to Northwestern when this summer league season ends. Of course, a good Division I school. This one's going to be hit high and deep into right center field, going back at the walls, Furry, and he makes the catch with probably about 5 feet to spare. A loud out number 1 for the squeeze.
Yeah, and you can't feel too frustrated if you don't get it out at Olympia, I guess, because that's, if it's not getting out at Olympia, it's not getting out anywhere. But nonetheless, really solid first swing there from Santino Reyes. Just drove that one and almost had a home run, almost extended the squeeze lead.
All right, really nice piece of hitting from Reyes that time, but not able to get it in the ground. It's going to bring up Jared Davis. First pitch, Davis swings and misses. Davis yesterday 1 for 4 with a strikeout as well. Squeeze had 8 strikeouts yesterday. 0-1. Swung out in the dirt, so it's quickly 0-2 on Jared Davis, the Arizona Western guy.
And like you said, it was a lot of all or nothing yesterday for the squeeze. Put a lot of solid contact on some baseballs, which struck out at them as well.
Here's some soft contact. Pops skied in the air. Gabriel Santiago makes the play out number 2. 2 quick outs for Rodriguez.
Yeah, what a good sign for Danny Rodriguez. Threw a ton of pitches back in the first inning, and here quickly has 2 outs. Obviously, you want to go ahead and get this third out. That's more important than anything, but it's good signs after a bit of a struggle in the first inning from Rodriguez.
It's going to bring up Dalton Robinson. This guy, if he gets a hold of a baseball, can send it a long way. 1 for 4 yesterday, though, with an RBI and a strikeout as well. He's going to look at a ball. This would be huge for Rodriguez if he's able to continue to have a quick inning. This one's going to be blooped into center field. Center fielder Brimling is there, though. He camps right under it. That's out number 3. So the squeeze go down 1, 2, 3 real quickly in the bottom of the second inning. Still 1-0 Winter Garden going into the third.
Lightning with 0.
Everybody has their own way to do it.
Top of the third inning. Brings up, who is that? Number 19?
Johnny Lopez.
Johnny Lopez. That's why I had no clue who he was. The new guy, or one of the newer guys. Squeeze, really haven't seen him except for last night, came in late. And now we're going to get a check on the baseball. Not sure what that was about, but Kevin Flay, the home plate umpire, says it's all right.
Yeah, I don't know if Fury or the home plate umpire initiated that little meeting right there.
Maybe like a little scuff or something.
Yeah, it could be something like that.
First pitch to Lopez. That was pitch number 30 for Ryan Fury. It was ball 1.
Lopez came in as a pinch hitter last night in the 9th inning, clutch situation. Obviously, had one of the first 2 4-pitch walks and came around to score one of the runs that would have ended up winning the game for the Lightning.
Looks at a strike 1 in the second pitch. Now I got a 1-1 count. This one on the ground to Jared Davis again. Second baseman on the first, got him. Whoa, tough, close play there. Lopez showed some speed.
Ended up being a closer play than you would have thought. Johnny Lopez, he's the only addition this season for the Lightning team. That was the midseason addition, I should say, and looks like he fits in almost perfectly with the speedy Lightning lineup.
And that's really crazy, especially in this league, the amount of guys that come in and go out, especially about halfway through the season. The Squeeze, I know, added probably about 4 or 5 guys to their roster since the last time these two teams have faced off in the regular season. And that's just alone. Hector Mangual on to second base. Davis stabs at it, and he's just going to toss it over to second base. So 2 quick outs for the Squeeze, thanks to Jared Davis.
Yeah, Jared Davis getting a lot of work here today through these first couple of innings. And he's been exactly what you need him to be at second base. We saw him make that crucial error last night, like we talked about in the 9th inning. And he's recovered very nicely here today. Doesn't seem to let it, like we talked about, no hangover at least for Jared Davis in this Squeeze lineup.
Yeah, it's going to bring up Austin Brenling. Saw him end the inning in center field last inning. But yeah, back to Davis. I think in that kind of weird play, he's trying to do a little too much, trying to double up the runner, but not able to get either of them. Tried to go to second base and sailed the shortstop.
Yeah, it seemed to be more of like a miscommunication more than, a bad throw. I mean, it was in the general vicinity, but it just looked like Todd Clay wasn't really expecting him to go ahead and toss it. So, I mean, just one of the most brutal ways you can lose a game right there. And it's good to see he's recovering nicely here today.
Brenling on the ground to who else? Jared Davis flips it over to third base, and quickly Ryan Fury is out of the third inning, going into the bottom of the third here at Olympia on Flow Sports, the game of the week. We'll be right back. Bottom of the third inning, Danny Rodriguez still on the mound for Leesburg. It's going to be Prevesk, McKinley, then Clay due up for the Squeeze in the bottom of the third inning. Prevesk walked the first time. He's going to look at a ball here as well. 250 on the playoffs overall, 3 for 12 with a walk and 2 strikeouts. He's going to look at another ball upstairs. Got a good count here, 2-0. Popped up into left field. The left fielder, Gertison, is there for out number 1.
Yeah, not a lot of solid contact right there, and just a pretty routine play for Tyler Gertison. And Danny Rodriguez has really flipped the script right here. We thought he was going to get pulled pretty quickly. I already had a pitcher warming up there in the first inning, did the Lightning, and 3 up, 3 down last, and now 4 straight retired for Danny Rodriguez.
This is pitch number 49 from Danny Rodriguez. Here it is, strike 1 to Trip McKinley. McKinley 0 for 1. Or excuse me, he walked. So technically he's 0 for 0. Let's go look at another ball downstairs. This one slapped back. Heads up back there. Here comes the 1-2 from Rodriguez upstairs, way upstairs. Sounds like the Squeeze dugouts. Getting a little rowdy now. Here comes a break even at 2-2. Slap to the right side, foul. Almost got a piece of the first base coach, Scott Garland.
That's what they call the good old tomahawk swing with the elevated pitch.
The tomahawk chop.
Usually you make the best contact with that, although it's not the best strategy. It doesn't always work.
We saw Clay do that last night. Single right back up the middle.
We did. When it works, but it doesn't work very often.
Yeah, here comes a 2-2. Lined into right field. Furry is there. Out number 2. Hitting it right to somebody.
Yeah, another hard hit ball for the Squeeze, just unable to capitalize. Right there, another one right to a Lightning fielder. We've seen 2 at the warning track and a couple of line drives hit. So hopefully this, as you get through this second time of the lineup, you're able to find some gaps in the defense.
Yeah, I'll bring up Todd Clay. He walked as well his first time up. Looks at a strike. Here comes the 0-1. On the ground in the dirt behind. So 1-1 now. Rodriguez has made quick work of these couple of Squeeze hitters that have come up in this inning. 1-1 slapped back, so we'll go 1-2. Kind of seems like ever since that first inning, he's been working ahead of these Squeeze hitters every time.
Yeah, it feels like Fury's just kind of dominated this pitching matchup, but Danny Rodriguez hasn't given up a hit yet. Well, I mean, Fury's given up 2. I mean, obviously the scoreboard doesn't reflect that, but Danny Rodriguez has really put together a solid start these last couple innings, at least, after a shaky start.
Here comes the 2-2, 2 outs to Todd Clay. Swung on and missed, strike 3, so Rodriguez gets the Squeeze hitters in order. 1, 2, 3 again. That's his third strikeout of the day. So the Squeeze will play some defense when we come back on Flow Sports. Top of the fourth inning, Ryan Fury still on the bump for the squeeze. It's going to bring up Gabriel Santiago. It'll be Santiago, then Chapman, then Brooks Bryan, and then if it gets there, Michael Furry.
Yeah, we saw this Leesburg offense be pretty stagnant through the first 8 innings last night, only 2 runs, and are scoreless through at least the first 3 or 4 innings there. So you got 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up, a good opportunity to finally break through against Fury.
You got 1 ball to Gabriel Santiago. Ball 2. 2 straight balls out of the hands of Fury. Santiago 0 for 1 today. Showed bunt, but pulled it back. Strike 1. I think that time he was just trying to draw something a little high.
You'll see him do that a lot to kind of draw walks. It kind of distracts the pitcher a little bit. But
absolutely.
Didn't affect Fury right there.
The 2-1. Lined into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. So there's Lightning have a leadoff guy on in their 3rd hit of the day.
Yeah, that's a huge man to get on here to lead off the inning, and that's almost an understatement. 30 stolen bases during the regular season, and he's been, nothing short of phenomenal on the base path. So we'll see if he can get in scoring position right here, and this is the perfect time to do it with Logan Chapman at the dish.
Here comes Chapman. 0 for 1 today. 308 in the playoffs overall. 3 RBIs. This is one of the guys who you want up there, and you're going to get a check on Fury as he knows all about Santiago's speed.
Yeah, we talked about Chapman kind of slumping last night. He had to have a hit in these 2 games so far, but that just kind of tells you how phenomenal he was in that Winter Park series.
Santiago almost took off, and Young sailed the throw down to first base. So Santiago coming around second base, going to third. The throw in from Prevask is in.
Oh, my goodness.
That's another throwing error out of the hands of the catcher, and now 3 runner on third base, no outs for Leesburg.
Yeah, and that one not even close that time. We saw last night with the throwing error for Michael Young. It was, kind of a close play, almost barely, hit off the glove of the third baseman. That one just miles ahead of Santino Real, and Santiago is going. And you run the risk with that with a guy like Santiago. If that ball gets deep into the right field corner, Santiago's easily taking third, and that's exactly what happened right there.
0-1 is swung on and missed, so it's 0-2. And now Chapman, really all he has to do is make some sort of contact into the outfield. With the amount of speed Santiago has, it'll be really easy for him to tag up.
You do have all of the infield in already for the squeeze here.
Something on the ground is probably a little tough. Here comes the 0-2. Upstairs and outside. Tried to go back upstairs after Chapman swung and missed it 2 upstairs, so probably going to see something a little different out of the hands of Fury, but want to make sure it doesn't trickle to the backstop. The 1-2. Slapped back, so Chapman putting up a good at-bat.
Yeah, and Chapman is a guy who's going to battle 16 strikeouts on the year, but led the team in at-bats. So, I mean, that's obviously, middle of the pack in strikeouts while leading the team in at-bats. He almost always makes contact, and he's going to battle regardless.
The 1-2 from Fury popped up. It's going to get out of play, so we'll do it again.
And you can kind of see he's trying to elevate the ball.
Yeah.
This is exactly what you need to do in this situation. Even a shallow fly ball has a pretty good chance of scoring Gabriel Santiago.
Chapman off to Georgia Tech when this season concludes, but 1-2 swung on and missed. Really nice pitch from Fury to get Chapman. That was a big, big out for Ryan Fury, but Squeeze defense is going to stay in because of that runner on third base and Brooks Bryan in the box now.
Yeah, and that one just a really good elevated fastball, a pretty typical 2-strike pitch to get a good hitter like Logan Chapman, and almost looked like he wasn't expecting that much velocity right there.
Yeah, Fury definitely brought a little extra on the strikeout pitch and then the first pitch to Bryan as well. So 0-1 on Brooks Bryan. Bryan is 0 for 1 today. Big pitch coming his way. 0-1 misses. Don't want to give Bryan too much as a guy that we talked about earlier can really do some damage, especially here at Olympia with the smaller ballpark. The 1-1 is lined to the shortstop. Clay not able to make the play. Gets a little bit over him, so it's going to go down as the 4th hit for the Lightning, but more importantly, tie baseball game now.
Yeah, and the RBI leader for the Lightning comes through once again, but that one, just the infield playing in, ended up biting the squeeze in the back right there. I probably would have been able to make that play if you were playing at normal depth where Todd Clay is at now, but Brooks Bryant, perfect placement. That's exactly where you want to put the ball in that type of hit. And we don't see a lot of those kind of flare hits from Brooks Bryant. It's usually, high exit velo, but that one did a job.
Looked like it was a little in on the hands, and Furry takes a huge hack and a miss. He's trying to hit that high school again.
Yeah, you don't usually see those kind of swings with Michael Furry, but like you said, he's had some good memories in this ballpark. And
you see that first pitch fastball over the plate, your eyes light right up. Ooh, 0-1 misses. So it's 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. Slapped into center field. I think runners will probably just move up one. Yeah, they're going to stay put. So now runners on first and second base with one out. Leesburg really got something going here.
Yeah, and see Brian just kind of hesitated right there and could have probably had third, but good job by hesitating. We saw the Lightning kind of get into a stupid double play last night in that type of situation, but with the hit train going, you don't really want to take any unnecessary risk, and that brings in the hot hitter and Drew Leinenbach.
Yep. Leinenbach 0 for 1 and 4-62 overall. We're going to get a mound visit from head coach Mike McDaniel. McDaniel making his first appearance in the championship series in his tenure with the Squeeze as head coach. The Squeeze have been around since 2014. It's the first time they've ever been to the championship series, trying to get that first trophy.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it last night, almost opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of championship appearances between these two teams. This is the 4th consecutive time the Lightning have been to the championship series. But it doesn't, and when you're in summer ball, there's so much roster turnover, that's not really a huge factor.
Yeah.
But, there is a couple, I think the Lightning have 5 returners, and then Drew Stubbs, who played on the 2021 championship team for the Lightning. So, a lot of, new faces in both dugouts, but two really good teams here in this series.
Winter Garden had 7 returners. I believe that was second most in the league, other than Orlando, even though Orlando's team was kind of just switched over from Winter Park to Orlando. So really, they have the most returners that came back to the same team. Not many of them out here today. Rao is the only one. First pitch to Drew Leinenbach. Strike 1.
Man, you can kind of tell he wanted to take a hack at that one, but Drew Leinenbach showing some patience.
Yeah, I like the idea to not be as aggressive on the first pitch. You want to see something that you like. Here comes the 0-1 upstairs. Almost thought about that one as well. Looks like the wind's blowing out towards right center, a little bit more towards center as well. So keep that in your head.
Yeah, both offenses rolling so far.
Yeah.
Or at least the Leesburg offense, I should say, not both, but
the 1-1 slapped into left field. That might score a run. Farrell picks it up. It's not going to. Good job getting to it quick and easy is Ian Farrell, the left fielder. So now just still a tie game, but now bases are loaded with one out.
Yeah, and just keep the train moving. We talked about Brooks Bryant, not necessarily the speed demon that you see from some of these Lightning base runners, but still a good piece of hitting. Now, if you just keep singling them to death, that's going to work as well. Looks like the corner's coming in for Winter Garden here with the bases loaded. Obviously, double play gets you out of this jam still, only one away, and Gertison has been prone to it this season.
Gertison 1 for 1 today. First pitch to Tyler. Strike. Really nice pitch from Fury on the black outside. Just a ground ball away, as you mentioned, but this is a big inning for Leesburg right now. Only scored 1, but can do a lot of damage here. 0-1, swung on and missed.
Leesburg not used to playing with a lead here in these playoffs for the most part, I should say. It's trailed in all three of their 4 games to this point, so kind of be interesting to see how they approach it with the lead, if they can take it right here.
Looking to grab one here. The 1-1, one out. Here it is. 2-1 now. Or excuse me, the scoreboard was flipped around. I believe it is 2-1. Yeah, it's 2-1. I'm going to look at the game live. So here comes the 2-1. Nice pitch. Oh, just misses. Now Fury's got to worry about walking a guy in. You're going to say it was up.
Yeah, and Gertison, like we said earlier, leads the team in walks with 21 during the regular season. So definitely a really patient hitter with good knowledge of the zone.
The 3-1 from Ryan Fury outside. Maybe it wasn't 3-1.
I think the scoreboard was right there.
Yeah, I'm all confused right now. I believe it's 3-1 now, maybe 3-2. That's what the scoreboard here at Olympia says. We're going to find out. Here comes a pitch from Ryan Fury. Slapped foul. So now it's 3-2, if it wasn't already. Bases juiced here for Tyler Gertison, trying to take the first lead of the day for Leesburg. Here it is. This one on the ground past the diving Real. This will score at least 1, maybe 2. The throw in from Prevesk is a good one. It's going to keep the runner on third base, so everybody will move up 1. And Gertison has a good RBI single.
Yeah, second hit of the day for Tyler Gertison. He's really heating up here in this one. And good job by Prevesk, though, however, to limit the damage and get that ball in. Michael Furry, obviously, we talked about the speed he has, and being able to hold a guy like that from second on a single is pretty crucial. And the Lightning have now matched their hit total from last night already here in the 4th inning.
And errors will kill you, and that's exactly how this started. Could have had 2 outs. Now you still only have 1, and the base is juiced. We're going to get a mound visit from Young, trying to get on the same page as Fury here. Jack Bella out there in the bullpen. Looks like he's about ready to get going.
Yeah, now you have to worry about Drew Stubbs. He did ground into a double play his first at-bat, but did have 2 RBIs last night, 2 of the only 2 RBIs before the 9th inning. So definitely a guy who can come through in the clutch, as we've said, and got to be careful right here.
Yeah, Stubbs trying to bring at least 1 in. If he's able to bring in a couple more, obviously it'd be ideal, but just trying to keep the line moving, pass on the baton. First pitch, low, ball. This is going to be pitch number 64 for Fury. He's done a lot this inning. This one slapped back. Got Gertison on first, Leinenbach on second, Michael Furry on third base, so good speed on the base pass for Leesburg. We're here with 1 out. Pitch to Drew Stubbs, swung on and missed, so strike 2.
Yeah, and this is a make or break pitch right here for Fury, I would say. A 1-2 count. Obviously, Stubbs can, and is prone to the strikeout this season, has 15 during the regular season, so got to go right at him and no bases to work with.
And ground ball, strikeout, you'll take anything if you're Ryan Fury. The 1-2, off speed. Stubbs thought about it, but he holds it back, so now it's a 2-2 count.
Yeah, not a bad idea there with a 1-2 count, but now you really have to go at him with a 2-2.
Looks like he's setting up outside. Here it is. 2-2, slapped into center field. Brendan Fields giving chase. Fury is going to take off. The throw in from Fields. It's going to be very wide, and Fury will score. It's a 3-1 Leesburg lead.
Yeah, and Drew Stubbs is doing a job right there. We saw him ground into a double play in a clutch situation earlier in the game, but that time learned his lesson, it looks like, and elevated that ball out to deep enough in center field to score a speedy runner like Michael Furry. So just like that, the Lightning have a 3-run inning.
That kind of flipped the game right on its head in the top of the fourth inning so far. Not done yet. 2 outs with Johnny Lopez in the box. Runners didn't move, however, so it's now runners on first and second still. First pitch to Lopez in there for a strike. Bellows still warming up out there. No action in the Leesburg bullpen, obviously. Rodriguez has settled in really nicely so far.
Yeah, it's kind of been reversed for these two pitchers. Bad start for Rodriguez, but recovered nicely, and now it's a really good start for Fury, but he's kind of struggled here in this frame.
It kind of seems like he's hitting spots, but not really getting into Flay's zone. A lot of close pitches, but not able to make them right here. Here comes the 1-1. Outside, ball 2.
Yeah, both these teams are super disciplined at the plate. You're not going to see either one of these teams swinging a lot of pitches outside of the strike zone. And you see it right here, even Johnny Lopez, a player who was added pretty late in the season, is putting together a really patient at-bat.
Got a hitter's count for Lopez. Here it is. This one's going to be skied into center field. Field's going to have to give chase, and he's going to camp right under it. That's out number 3. But not before Leesburg scores 3 runs on a couple of hits and an error from the catcher. It's now 3-1 Leesburg going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Winter Garden got to get something going. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 4th inning, want to take a chance to tell you about a good opportunity to meet a baseball legend in Johnny Damon next weekend, August 5th, Saturday from 11 to 1. He's going to be holding a exclusive meet and greet. That one's $50 a ticket. But if you don't want to pay that, you can go to the Public Card Show hosted by the Legends on Deck podcast. That'll be from 11 to 3 at the New York Beer Project located in Horizon West. Presented by A-Game, the ultimate in hydration. First pitch to Ian Farrow, strike 1 from Rodriguez. Farrow has an RBI. Sac fly.
Yeah, the only so far for Squeeze still yet to get in the hit column. But Farrow is definitely a good candidate to do that here, and it'd be obviously much welcomed to lead off the inning for the Squeeze.
The 0-2 from Rodriguez, off speed that just missed. I think it was a little bit high, maybe.
It's a dangerous spot to leave that breaking ball high, especially to a power hitter like Farrow.
Yeah, Farrow can make you pay. Here comes the 1-2. Just going to look at another ball just a little bit high. So 2-2 now on Farrow, working a good at-bat. Here it comes. Slapped back towards the Leesburg dugout. Coach Jason Sanders not able to make the play over there at third base. Gotta get the butt down.
He's smoked a couple balls over that way here. I don't think I'd want a part of any of those either.
If I'm up there, those three guys on top of the dugout, I am going down for Ian Farrow's at bat. Here's a 2-2. Looks at another off speed, just missed. Got a full count. Couple of nice takes from Ian Farrow. Full count pitch, here it is. On the ground to the third baseman, Chapman. He'll come up with it, throw on the first. Got him, out number one.
Logan Chapman is about as solid as you'll see as a third baseman in this league. Has only 2 errors on this entire season and has played more than anyone on this Lightning team. So it's just been a solid force all season long.
I'll bring up Brandon Fields. Fields is walked last time. First pitch to him in the dirt. How big would it be for Winter Garden if Brandon Fields got going today?
Yeah, definitely a dangerous hitter. And if you're Danny Rodriguez, you've retired, the last 7 hitters in this Winter Garden lineup. But it got to be easy to get into cruise control sometimes, especially, and that can be dangerous when you're up to bat and you kind of forget how good of a hitter Fields is.
This is pitch number 71 coming his way. The 2-1 fouled back.
This is by far the most pitches that Danny Rodriguez has thrown this season, so only about 25 pitches to work with around that area. So we'll see how long the leash is for him here today.
And right now, if you're Winter Garden, just trying to work his pitch count up, he's been really good so far. Strikeout number 4 on the day right there for Rodriguez. Gets a good hitter and Fields down swinging.
Yeah, he's just been phenomenal. I mean, like I said, I thought they were going to pull him there with 1 out in the first inning. And he's just absolutely locked it in ever since then.
Brings up Zachary Stokes, West Florida guy. 0 for 1 with the K. The 1-0. Good off speed. They caught the bottom of the corner there for a strike. So 1-1. 1-1's hit into right field. That'll get down for a base hit, probably 2. Stokes rounding first base, going to second. He's in there for a stand-up double. And the Squeeze have something going here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, what a solid hit there from Stokes. Gets the Squeeze into the hit column in a big way right there. Just drove that one down the right field line, barely snuck fair. And now a huge opportunity for Michael Young.
Yeah, Young's got a chance to kind of avenge himself again. Struck out last time with the bases loaded. Now he's got a runner on second base. First pitch to Michael Young. Fastball upstairs, just missed.
Yeah, and he's had a rough series, to say the least. But obviously, a lot of that would be forgotten if he can drive in a run right here.
1-0's in the dirt. Amazing stop from the catcher, Brooks Bryan, keeping that runner on second base. Just a huge play.
Yeah, that's how they teach it right there. Just
textbook.
Get down and smother the ball.
As long as you keep the ball in front of you, it doesn't really matter how you do it. That time did exactly that. Really good job from Brooks Bryan. Guy out of Troy. Young's got a 2-0 pitch coming his way. Here it is. Slapped into left center field. Going back at the wall. Diving play not able to be made. That's going to score 1. And Stokes Young stand up into second base. Attaboy, Michael Young avenging himself. 3-2. Leesburg still on top.
Yeah, and looks like Austin Brindling's shook up there in center field. Good effort by him, but what about Michael Young? What a great solid contact there. Throws that one, almost got out of here, but just missed a 2-run shot to tie the game. But now Santino Real steps in, and he almost had one earlier.
Yeah, I think Brindling kind of dove like right into the
He did.
center field fence out there.
He will sell out. He will sacrifice his body to make any kind of play,
Yeah.
which is not something you see very typically in summer ball.
So we're going to get a mound visit here. I thought for a second the head coach Billings was going to come out, but he will not. It's going to be Rodriguez's inning for now, at least.
Yeah, and Fitzgerald, I think, is back up there warming up once again in the bullpen. So not sure how much longer Danny Rodriguez will be left to go in the game. He's given up 2 straight base hits. Here with 2 outs. Looked like he was going to cruise through this inning. Squeeze have answered in a big way.
And here comes Coach Billings, and I think we might get a change.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Might see the lefty-on-lefty matchup right here.
Let's see what he does. Is he going to take the ball? He takes a look over there. Yeah,
I think he's trying.
Yeah. Fitzgerald looks like he's about ready to come in. Yeah, he's going to point over there. So Rodriguez's day is over after the RBI double from Michael Young. Riley Fitzgerald is going to come into this ball game. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. New pitcher on the mound, Riley Fitzgerald. Squeeze have seen him a couple of times. Carter, he's been really, really good for Leesburg, really all around, but most importantly on the mound. What do you have on him?
Yeah, another guy that both starts and comes in relief out of the bullpen for Leesburg. He was the West Team All-Star starting pitcher this season in the All-Star game, but he has a 1.90 ERA and 11 appearances, 23 2/3 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, 8 walks. He's another guy we talked about with Perry yesterday. Doesn't give up a lot of walks. Will absolutely pound the strike zone. Not super high on the velocity side, but really paints the corners well and forces a lot of weak contact.
Fates a good power hitter, and Santino Real, who made a loud out number 1 last time he was up, just a couple feet away from going over. This one's going to be chopped high into foul territory. I wonder if Stubbs kept his feet in. Probably would have been a fair ball.
Man, I thought that one was fair. A little bit of a break there for the Squeeze.
Yeah, but now you're in an 0-2 hole with Young on second base. A base hit would more than likely score Young. But gotta happen first. Squeeze trying to tie this game. 3-2 lead for Leesburg. 0-2 pitch coming Sonny Real's way. Here it is. Swung on and missed at the fastball upstairs. That's out number 3. The Squeeze score a run on a Michael Young RBI double and strand another. It's 3-2. We'll be right back on Flow Sports. Top of the fifth inning here at Olympia High School. Christian DePosa, Carter Mansfield with you in this one. Got the 10-1-2 coming up for Leesburg in this inning against Ryan Fury. Still out there. Gave up 3 runs last inning, but trying to get a shutdown here. First pitch to Mangual is popped. It's going to stay in play. Real making a play. Oh, probably a good idea that he didn't dive right into the fence. That would have hurt.
Yeah, we saw him in concussion protocol last night. He was almost right back in that same boat right there. Dove, dangerous play, but shows you the effort there, putting his body on the line. We saw him, Austin Brindling, do that last inning, and Santino Real is the same type of player there.
It would have been a huge out, number 1, but now it's just strike 1. Mangual, here comes the 0-1. This one lined into, oh, what a play from Jared Davis. Getting up there, making the play, out number 1.
And that's the second time Hector Mangual has just absolutely driven a ball, and it's been right at somebody. Jared Davis is also, like we talked about him already making up for that error that pretty well lost the game last night, but he's more than made up for it defensively here today. Dropped several base hits.
Probably about 3 or 4 and really nice plays. We'll bring up Austin Brindling, who tried to dive and get the ball from Young last inning, dove right into the fence. Good to see he's all right. Brindling's 0 for 1, but he has an RBI. 273 in the playoffs so far, 3 hits and 10 at-bats, scored 4 runs. He's walked 5 times as well. 2 O's in there for strike 1. Fury really needs a quick inning here. After last inning, as I said, giving up 3 runs and like 5 hits, I believe it was. 2 1s upstairs, ball 3.
Yeah, now he's up to 78 pitches on the day so far, so approaching the end of his outing regardless of what happens, but definitely would like to have a quick inning if you're the squeeze. Get as much as you can out of him.
3 1s on the ground. Todd Clay backhanded over to first. Got him out, number 2. Good play over there from the shortstop. Clay backhand on to first.
Yeah, another good play by Todd Clay. He was really good defensively last night, and another good backhand play to get the speedy Brindling right there.
It's going to bring up Gabriel Santiago. Got it going last inning. Put himself on base and then put himself at third base when he drew a wild throw from Young.
Yeah, and even when he's not stealing bases, he still just causes a lot of chaos on the base pass. You saw it right there. Michael Young just kind of keeping that back of his mind, how fast Santiago is, and tried to force it. Ended up making a mistake. That's kind of what his bread and butter has been all season.
On the ground and foul. Play made over there by Fitzgerald.
He can do everything, can he?
Yeah, right? We were talking about that last night. He can hit, he can run, he's got good baseball knowledge. Fouled back.
Yeah, he hit leadoff in the series finale against DeLand in the regular season while pitching. And then pinch ran last night and scored the game-tying run, and then now coming in and gets a huge out with a runner in scoring position in a 1-run ball game on the mound.
Yeah, huge out. And obviously, you're going to go right back out there, so his day is not done by any means. 2-2 now on Santiago. Big pitch from Ryan Fear. Here it is. Slapped it, just barely made contact, staying alive there.
And that's Santiago just kind of frustrates pitchers in that way. He just barely will make contact until he gets a pitch he can at least put on the ground.
It's a hard guy to get out, even harder to get out via the strikeout. Fury trying to do just that. Here comes the 2-2. Just barely made contact again. More importantly, though, Ryan Fury is now at 85 pitches.
And Santiago running up the pitch count. Only 8 strikeouts on the season, this entire regular season, so definitely can be frustrating.
Maybe looking at it upstairs. Pitch trying to get him swinging. Here's the 2-2, 2 outs. Off speed, hit to the shortstop, to the third baseman. McKinley takes it on the first, close play, got him. So a good job for Ryan Fury getting the lightning hitters. 1, 2, 3 his day might be done, but we'll see. Bottom of the 5th inning, squeeze coming up. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 5th inning, it's going to be Davis, Robinson, then Prevesk. And if he gets there, it'll be McKinley to follow Prevesk. Got to get there first. Riley Fitzgerald still on the mound for Leesburg. He's going to face a good hitter in Jared Davis. Davis is 0 for 1 so far. First pitch to him is hit on the ground. Staying fair ball. This is going to be at least 2. Davis has a good amount of speed, throw in to the cutoff guy, and now the squeeze have the leadoff guy on second base.
Yeah, and just barely snuck that one in. It was just pretty much just a ground ball that hugged that third base bag and got right over it for a huge double to start off the inning with the, the 10 hole and the top of lineup to follow.
It's going to bring up Dalton Robinson, the 10 hitter today, 0 for 1 so far. Got a good opportunity to bring in that tying run. No, he's going to lay down a bunt. It's going to go foul.
Interesting there. To lay down the bunt. I mean,
it was a little late bunt too.
Yeah, it was, and this is one of the power hitters in this lineup.
Yeah, just playing some small ball. We saw a lot of that last night. This championship series, just trying to get any runs in that you can. 0-1. There, Davis takes off, and the ball gets away. He thought about coming in, but probably a good idea to stay put. Now the squeeze have a runner on third with no outs. Any type of contact to the right side is going to score a run more than likely. But now Leesburg is going to bring in the infield, so it's going to be a little harder.
Yeah, and I like the idea of bringing in the infield right here.
Absolutely.
No runners behind him. I mean, obviously you can't really be hurt too much. You have a ground ball in your back, he's going to score anyways.
The 1-1 to Robinson, huge cut and a miss, and he does that a lot with that elevated swing. Now it's a 1-2 pitch, but all he's really got to do is pop it up in the outfield. The 1-2. That one slapped. Will it get out of play? It will not. Chapman gets that, so that's out number 1.
That was funny. Chapman just kind of had to maneuver his way through the umpire and the third base coach and the Davis for the squeeze there, but good play to make the catch over by the Lightning dugout, and that's a huge first out.
Huge out for Riley Fitzgerald in this Lightning defense. Matthew Prevesk in the box. He walked earlier, also scored a run, but he's 0 for 1 otherwise. Looks at a strike. Starts him off 0-1. Comes the 0-1. This one slapped to the left side. Is it going to fall? No.
No, yeah.
Foul.
If he was smart, he wouldn't do something.
Yeah.
Which I think he probably would have made the catch anyways, but good decision by Gertison.
So now you got an 0-2 count on Prevesk. See what Fitzgerald goes to. Setting up upstairs. See what it is. It was exactly that. So 2 straight big outs for Winter Garden with the tying run on third base, and that's going to bring up McKinley.
Yeah, and what a response here from Riley Fitzgerald. Just quickly gets 2 outs, and Squeezer at risk of losing another opportunity right here.
And now you need a hit to obviously keep the inning alive and score that run. First pitch to McKinley. He's upstairs. Oh, strike 1. So Fitzgerald throwing a lot of strikes after that double. This one in the dirt. It's going to get by. Oh, they're going to say it hit McKinley.
Oh, man, that's almost a tough break there for Winter Garden. I mean, usually you'll take a hit by pitch gladly, but, man.
It's a tough break. Really tough
Brian
break.
might have been able to block it. You never know if it would have hit him. It could have just taken a funky
But if
hop,
I'm McKinley, I'm saying, no, it didn't hit me, no.
I don't think he could get away
Well,
with
yeah,
it.
if it was closer,
There was not much protest
Yeah,
there.
he didn't really flinch, though, so it kind of, like, made me think maybe it didn't or didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it must have just, like, hit him on the foot there, just slightly or something.
Good thing that it wasn't on top of the foot. That probably, those hurt, I'll tell you that. This brings up Todd Clay. He's been really clutch for Winter Garden all summer long. Swung and missed it, strike 1.
Yeah, and this is exactly who you want up in this situation if you're Winter Garden. A 3-0 hitter and leader in batting average, so obviously exactly who you want.
He's walked and he struck out today. 0-1 to Clay upstairs.
And this is the part of the lineup that terrorized the Lightning last night. And almost all of their RBIs came from this spot, so.
The 1-1 from Fitzgerald popped up into the air. This might end the inning. Right fielder Furry is sitting right under. That's out number 3. The squeeze started out with a double and put a run on third base. Aren't able to cash in. Still 3-2 going into the top of the 6th inning. We'll be right back on Flow Sports. Top of the 6th inning, starting to get late in Game 2 of this championship series. Best of 3. Ryan Feary's got 14 pitches to work with before he has to come out of the game. He's at 86. This is 87. That'll help you. Check swing by Logan Chapman. Yeah, Florida Lee's got a hard cap at 100 pitches. So unless Fury starts off with 99, or starts a batter with 99, he's going to be done. So that'll help you out even more. 2 straight swings and misses, or first pitch was a check swing.
Yeah, that's 58 strikes on the night here, or in the day, I should say, for Fury.
Here comes the 0-2. Upstairs ball.
Another good spot for Leesburg right here to start to maybe add some insurance. 3-4-5 due up.
And Bella warming up out there in the squeeze bullpen. This one's going to get Chapman in on the elbow, I believe. So he's on the first base. Leadoff guy is on for Leesburg.
Yeah, that's obviously a really tough break. Up 0-2 in that count. Come back to hit him and basically give Logan Chapman a free base right there. And now you got the RBI leader who already has one today in Brooks Bryant.
Yeah, Brooks Bryant in the box, you mentioned, already has that RBI today. 1 for 2 otherwise, with also another run scored. Fury's going to step off.
Chapman a little shaken up right here, I think. I think he'll be all right, though. He's just
taking his time.
Yeah, I think he was definitely in a lot of pain when he was at the plate.
Oh, yeah, walked right to first base. So, yeah, Bryant in the box, Chapman on first. First pitch to Brooks Bryant in there for a strike. This is going to be pitch number 91 from Ryan Fury, so 9 pitches to work with after this one. This one's going to be hit into left field. Ian Farrow is there. That's out number 1. So a big out. Getting Brooks Bryant.
Yeah, obviously huge right there.
Looks like Fury is kind of getting a little limp. He stretched something out, but it looks like he's all right. Kind of wiggling it off.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you have like 7-8 pitches to work with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at this point, just try. I mean, if you're going to ride it out, then let the adrenaline carry you through these last couple of pitches.
Michael Furry in the box against Ryan Fury. First pitch in the dirt, and I'm sure the Leesburg coaching staffs know all about where his pitching count is, and it's probably told him, be patient, guys. If you don't see a strike or something close, don't even offer at it. 1-0 is on the ground. This might help him. McKinley on the second, on the first, not in time. Furry is a very fast runner. Really, probably no chance of getting him there.
Yeah, and Michael Furry is really a hard guy to turn a double play on. But you get the lead runner, you get that second out, and still have 7 pitches to work with here if you're Ryan Fury. So obviously a chance to finish up the inning.
Andrew Leinenbach in the box now. This is going to be pitch number 94 for Fury, and it looks like Bella is all done warming up, so this might be it for Fury no matter what happens. First pitch in there for a ball. The 1-0 to Leinenbach. It's strike. One count on Drew Leinenbach with the runner on first base and Furry in there for strike 2. Leinenbach thought about it and probably regretted to not swing at that one. And again, probably not. It was a little bit high, so probably thankfully didn't. 1-2, 2 outs. Here is the pitch from Ryan Fury. On the ground to the shortstop, Clay. He comes up with it, and Fury is out of it, and his day is over. So Ryan Fury is through 6, just 3 runs, and he had a very, very good day for himself. 8 hits. But Winter Garden's still down 3-2. Need to get something going. Bottom of the 6th inning when we come back. Bottom of the 6th inning, it's going to be Farrell, Fields, and then it will be followed by Zachary Stokes. And if he gets there, Michael Young. But Ian Farrell today, 1 for 1. Or excuse me, 0 for 1 with a sac fly. So he's got an RBI as well. Farrell trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 6th inning against Riley Fitzgerald, who last inning, if you just joined us, Squeeze started out with a leadoff double, got the runner to third base, no outs, and Fitzgerald got him back 1, 2, 3. Still a 3-2 ball game. Farrell looks to strike 1.
Yeah, and Fitzgerald did a really good job of tight roping out of that jam. I mean, no runs to work with. Obviously, just a one-run game here still. So Fitzgerald's been the guy for Leesburg this season and did it once again right there.
1-1's a ball upstairs. So now Farrell's going to see a good pitch to hit, but want to make sure you're not too aggressive here and run yourself into an out. The 2-1. Ball 3 upstairs. So now Farrell just a pitch away from a walk, but got to get there first. Don't want to give Fitzgerald too much, especially with the pitching abilities he has. 3-1, that's ball 4, so that will be the leadoff runner on for the Squeeze and bring up Brandon Fields.
Yeah, good leadoff walk and another chance to capitalize for Winter Garden. Just not been able to do it so far, and you know, one of your best hitters coming up in Brandon Fields, so an even better opportunity to do that.
Yeah, really good opportunity. As you mentioned, probably the guy with the most power on this Squeeze roster. He's going to square around, but it pops up. Got into the concession stand. Thankfully, it didn't hit anybody.
So probably just trying to maybe catch the Lightning off guard, but I'd say probably not going to be bunting here 2 times in a row.
No shot. Farrell thought he was going to go for a second. He is going. High throw. Here it comes. It gets into center field. Farrell didn't see it until the last second. That would have been big.
Yeah, still get the stolen base and the runner in scoring position. Another opportunity here for the Squeeze. Well, it's only a matter of time before they capitalize, and we'll see if it's going to be right here.
Brandon Fields is the guy you want. 1-1 pitch. He's going to see a good pitch. Here it is. Ball 2 upstairs.
Yeah, I want to try and keep it down with a hitter like Fields. Power hitters usually use that elevated pitch to make the best contact and play him with fire right there.
The 2-1 skied behind us, so that'll get out of play. That would not have been ideal. Two, no outs from Riley Fitzgerald. Here it is, slapped back. Fields just barely staying alive that time. Squeeze hitters have been all over that high fastball today. Not able to make really any contact, though, and it was just there again. Wouldn't be surprised to see Riley go back to it here. Farrell's going to take off again, and that one's going to be fouled off again. Yeah, Ian Farrell definitely had that bag swiped. Now he's not sure we're going to see him try to go this time.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising Fitzgerald hasn't really checked on the runners whatsoever. Not kind of seems to be in the zone a little bit.
With a guy like Fields, you kind of want to just focus on the batter here. But I do understand what you're saying. The 2-2 fouled back again. So Fields working a really good at-bat, but not able to make some contact into fair play.
Yeah, it's still a 2-2 count, and obviously a guy like Fields, like we said, it can be easy to just kind of start to pump in strikes, and that's when he makes you pay.
Here comes a 2-2 again. He's going to foul it off again. This has got to be pitched like number 8 or 9.
Easily. It's 5 consecutive foul balls.
Yeah, so this will be 8. Oh, excuse me, 9. My counting is bad. 9th pitch of the at-bat. Here it is. This one into right field. Michael Furry is there, and Farrell is going to try to tag up, but he stumbles, so he's going to have to stay put.
Yeah, Good job by Riley Fitzgerald to finally win that battle. Obviously, another hard hit ball for the squeeze, but another one right at these Lightning defenders. And Riley Fitzgerald just getting one step closer to another shutout inning.
Here comes Zachary Stokes, West Florida guy. 1 for 2 today with a run scored and also a strikeout.
Yeah, he hit that big double back earlier in the ball game. Just drove that one down the line, and one of the biggest hits of the game so far for Winter Garden.
Comes the first pitch to him upstairs. Gotta wonder if Farrell is gonna try to take off again. He's getting a little bigger lead every pitch. But now Mangual is kind of sitting right behind him. Not sure if he realizes it though. 1-0 to Stokes in there for a strike. If he gets there, it'll be Michael Young coming up next. The 1-1. Upstairs again. Good job laying off.
We've seen Fitzgerald leave a ton of pitches upstairs tonight, or today, I should say. I keep saying tonight, but can be dangerous.
2-1s fouled off, and it's going to stay in the park. That's another 2 outs for the squeeze.
Yeah, it's another missed opportunity, but Michael Young, who already does have an RBI, or a big-time double anyways, is...
Against Fitzgerald, too.
Yeah, so...
Was the first
batter?
batter?
Rodriguez.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, that's,
okay,
he came
my bad.
I think he came in against Santino Real, the next.
Oh, yep, you're right, actually.
Matchup.
Yeah.
First time these two have met, but definitely an opportunity for Michael Young to drive in another one right here.
A huge opportunity for Young here with 2 outs. First pitch is a strike. Young 1 for 2 with the strikeout. Obviously, that hit was a big one. Trying to tie up the ball game here. 0-1 swung on and missed, so now he's quickly in a big 0-2 hole, and the Squeeze are in danger of stranding another guy with no outs.
Yeah, and Fitzgerald not a ton of velocity, and because especially these big power hitters, to get out in front of it.
Big pitch for Fitzgerald, 0-2 in the dirt. I think Farrell tried to kind of catch Fitzgerald's attention there, kind of jerked him way towards third, but stayed put. Another big pitch coming out of the hands of Fitzgerald here. Farrell's taking off this time. This one into left field. That'll get down and tie this ball game. Michael Young going into second base. Going to be a close play. Actually, no, it's not. The cutoff man cuts it off. Michael Young, another RBI double. This one ties the ball game 3-3.
Yeah, Michael Young coming through clutch once again here this time around, and just drove that one down the line in left field. Another perfectly placed baseball for the Squeeze lineup. Both of their big-time doubles have been like that. So another good hit for the Squeeze, and we have a whole new ball game.
Just missed the outstretched glove of Chapman, and then also probably a baseball's length fair next to that foul line. That brings up Real. Real, as I mentioned earlier, allowed out number 1 earlier in the game. Just a couple feet from going out, but struck out last time. Yeah, now he's got a chance to take the lead.
It was this exact same situation the last time these two met. Fitzgerald got the better of Real with a strikeout.
And Real is going to slap that one back, so now it's 1-1. Like to see Sonny get into a baseball here. It was really good in that 2 games against the River Rats, and obviously yesterday was pulled, and now he's 0 for 2 today. The 1-1. Low. That's ball 2. Comes the 2-1 from Fitzgerald outside, ball 3. So now Sonny's probably going to see a good pitch to hit. Three 3-1 coming his way. Here it is. This one's going to be hit high and deep right center field. It's going to go foul.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah, that thing went way
you got
over.
way in front of it.
Yeah.
That's like we said, that's easy to do. That's kind of what Fitzgerald does with these lower velocity pitches. Power hitter like Rayout is going to pull that more times than not, and it's going to just end up being long strikes.
Yeah, here comes a payoff pitch. 3-2, 2 outs to Sonny Rayout. Fouled it back, went back to that high fastball and got him to chase again. I was surprised to see Young not try to steal, but not get going there. But then again, runner on second base, you don't want to
you have the potential
walk,
to walk,
and then,
so you don't wanna throw down.
I'm going to retract my statement there. 3-2, fouled back again, went back to that fastball upstairs. Sonny putting up a good at-bat here. Another payoff pitch from Fitzgerald. Ball 4, really, really close pitch. So Sonny's on with a walk. He'll bring up Jared Davis, who last inning started out with a double. Wasn't able to be brought in. Now Coach Billings is going to come out, and we're going to see
pitching change.
Yeah, pitching change. I thought for a second we were getting one, but nobody was out there. We'll see who it is.
I believe it's going to be Evan Lozier.
It's going to be Evan Lozier. I believe that's number 4.
Yeah, he came in and got the third out the other night against Winter Park with the bases loaded, 2 outs in a 1-run ball game. So he's been clutch in the postseason already for Leesburg, and I haven't really seen him go, too long in appearances this season so far. But if he starts to have the hot hand here today, we may see him eat up a couple innings here for the Lightning.
So Fitzgerald's day is done at pitch number 46. His final stat line today: 2 full innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. He was really good when they needed them to be. Just wasn't able to make that last pitch. So Evan Lozier is going to be the new pitcher, and we're going to take a slight break while he takes his warm-up pitches. We'll be right back from Olympia. So still the bottom of the 6th inning. Now the Squeeze have runners on first and second base, 2 outs. And as we mentioned before the break, Evan Lozier in the box. Carter, you got his stats pulled up. What do you have on him?
Yeah, he's been a really good late reliever this season for the Lightning. Hasn't pitched over 2 innings in any appearance, but does have 1 appearance against Winter Garden back on June 24th, so a little over a month ago. And he had a shutout inning pitch there, a 2.25 ERA in 5 appearances during the regular season. But like we said, got that clutch final out with the bases loaded and 2 outs in a 1-run ball game against Winter Park in Game 2 of the semifinal series.
Now he's got to get Jared Davis in the box. Davis is 1 for 2. The runners take off. He's going to foul it back. Probably would have been there.
Yeah, I definitely think they would have had a good chance anyways.
Yeah, I don't think Rayo was taking off.
That would have probably been the throw target, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go behind the third base runner and get Ray out at second.
0-1 count to Davis. The pickoff attempt goes into the outfield. Michael Young's going to move over to third, but Rayal's going to stay put. I thought that was going to be a lot more telling than it was.
Yeah, and that's obviously a mistake, but, I mean, there's still 2 outs, so he's probably going to score on a base hit regardless. Now it puts the wild pitch into effect. You know, could possibly score Michael Young.
And now if you're the squeeze, you kind of got to think about maybe letting Sonny just kind of walk off and take off early and try to draw some attention to bring Young in with 2 outs.
I'd say they probably just let him have it.
Yeah, not going to do it there. 0-1's in there for a strike. Brian was ready for it, though. Came up ready to back pick Rayal. So a big pitch and for Evan Lozier already, just a couple pitches in. 0-2 on Jared Davis trying to take the lead. Rayal's taking off this time. Low pitch, and they're just going to give it to him. Second and third now.
Yeah, Brian really focused on the frame job with that borderline pitch, so Rayal gets a free base.
Yeah, I told him, I saw Brian right before that, right after that pitch, was trying to tell Lozier to slow it down a little bit, calm it down, take your time. Got another big pitch coming against Davis. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Beautiful off speed, gets him swinging, and leaves more runners stranded for Winter Garden. Tied ball game though, thanks to another Michael Young double. So it's now 3-3. We're gonna get a new pitcher for the squeeze coming up in the top of the 7th inning. Top of the 7th inning, starting to get late here for both of these teams. Jack Bella is the new pitcher on the mound for Winter Garden, so Ryan Feary's day is done. But Bella on the summer so far, 4-2 record, 10 games, only 2 starts, 38 innings pitched. He's probably the most used relief pitcher out of the bullpen. 22 strikeouts to 6 walks, so that's a really good ratio. Last time in the playoffs, just an inning and a third, 2 earned runs. And Gertison's going to drag bunt again. Bella makes the play out number 1. We saw him do that last night, and it was successful, but not this time.
Yeah, good idea maybe there to get a leadoff base runner and catch the Winter Garden squeeze off guard. But Jack Bella was ready for it out of the bullpen and made a pretty routine play for out number 1.
Yeah, routine play, but a big play nonetheless. Getting the first guy. Haven't been able to do that in the past couple innings. That brings up Drew Stubbs.
And this Leesburg team, pretty familiar with Jack Bella. He's pitched twice this season against them, and he's given up 5 earned runs in 4 1/3 innings. So they've had success against them, and hopefully they can get something going right here.
2-0s hit past the diving third baseman McKinley. This might be extra bases. Farrell picks it up in time, though, so Stubbs probably a good idea to stay put over there at first base, but now you got something going here for Johnny Lopez.
Yeah, we've seen that happen 2 or 3 times for the Squeeze here in this game, and the Lightning finally get one down that line. Drew, good job by Farrow out there, however, to cut it off, and that one was tailing a little bit more towards left field than it was towards the corner, so good job by Farrow to keep it at a single.
The Squeeze outfield is going to put on a lefty shift, and now Farrow is sitting right under that scoreboard. A lot of real estate to work with over there in left field. This one on the ground to the second baseman, Davis. Second on the first. Got him out number 3, so Jack Bella, 5 pitches, and he's through the top of the 7th inning. Nothing going for Leesburg besides a base hit, and it's still tied ball game 3-3. We'll be right back for the bottom half of the 7th, the Squeezer, coming up. Bottom of the 7th inning, Winter Garden will have 10-1-2 due up against Evan Lozier, who came into the game last inning and got a big strikeout in Davis on a wiffle ball, breaking ball, slider, whatever it was. It was disgusting. Might see a lot more of that here. Robinson swings and fouls off the first pitch fastball.
I think that's what he was expecting right there. Breaking ball, he was really late on that first pitch fastball, and Lozier steals the pitch there to open the at-bat.
Robinson 0 for 2 today. He is due. Just one hit in this playoffs. Looks at the ball upstairs. Got a good couple of last innings coming your way. Tied ball game. The first, the 1-1 is popped back again. Gotta basically expect that slider here.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that's probably where Lozier is going to go, but fastball's been pretty effective as well so far.
Just going to step off and get right back on. Then again, the slider kind of curves right into him, but it would be a nice back foot. Here it is. Fastball. Robinson fouls it off again into the Lightning bullpen. Thought for a second the way Brian was set up, we were going to get that.
And he's been late on that fastball 3 times now and just unable to catch up so far. Maybe he's finally going to get that timing down.
One-two coming Robinson's way. Here it is. Oof. Good job laying off that one. He thought about that one, though.
That's a tough 2-strike pitch. He's almost fallen over there.
Here comes another pitch to Robinson on the ground into right field. That's a base hit for Dalton Robinson. The Squeeze have the leadoff guy on again. Really good piece of hitting from Robinson, though.
Yeah, just a little bit of a miscommunication there from Stubbs and Santiago. Probably could have made the play, at least one of them could have, and just unable to do so.
Is there another spot? So that brings up Matthew Prevesk, leadoff guy for the Squeeze. He scored a run. He's also walked and struck out. He's going to foul that one back. So 0-1 on Prevesk. New UCF night. Got Dalton Robinson on first base. He's going to get a pickoff check. Nothing going. Nothing going in either bullpen. So right now, it's everybody's game who's in. Robinson's taking off. The throw down. Not in time. Good job from Robinson putting himself in scoring position. Now you got the lead run in scoring position.
Yeah, that go-ahead run now moves into scoring position, as you said, and huge RBI opportunity with the top of the lineup up for Winter Garden.
How about that? You don't see Robinson take off too many times, but that time got an amazing jump and put himself in scoring position. Now you got a good opportunity. Prevesk is going to square around, and Robinson was about ready to take off again.
Yeah, I'd be kind of surprised almost to see him try to take third in this big of a situation. Still no outs. But if he gets another good jump like he did at first base, then
Prevesk squares around again. It's a good bunt. Gets Chapman to go back. Prevesk is going to be there. That is a huge job from Matthew Prevesk and an amazing bunt. Now you got runners on the corners with one out.
Yeah, and what a phenomenal bunt right there. And we've seen several of those here in this series. Beats it out for a base hit. Now runners on the corners.
Kinley's 0-1. 0 for 1 with a walk and a big spot for Tripp. Prevesk on first. Robinson on third base. McKinley in the box. Big opportunity for Winter Garden here. He's going to pop that one foul.
Yeah, we've seen Winter Garden be in this type of situation multiple times here today. Just have been unable to capitalize in a big way so far. Another chance to do so right here, and obviously getting later in the ball game, you're running out of opportunities. Definitely need to drive in this go-ahead run right here.
0-1 to McKinley's ball. A little low and inside.
Yeah. Oh, it works, but it's probably listed as the lights out.
Prevesk wouldn't be surprised if he tried to take off, but he's going to stay put there. Now it's 2-1 on McKinley. With a good job from Brian saving a run. Ball in the dirt. Now McKinley's going to see a good pitch to hit on a 2-1. Jace Troutner on the mound from Seminole State. Carter, the Squeeze have seen him just a couple of times, but overall, what are we looking at?
Yeah, Troutner's been a pretty good late reliever for the Lightning this season and had one of his worst outings back on June 23rd. The last time he saw these Winter Garden Squeeze, gave up 3 earned runs in an inning. Gave up half of his earned runs on the season in that outing, so he's been pretty solid outside of 2-3 run performances, but obviously going to need to close it out here for the 8th and give the Lightning a chance to tie or take the lead in the 9th.
And Stokes is 1 for 3 today, and Squeeze are going to try to put up some insurance runs when they go into the top of the 9th inning and try to end this game. A couple insurance ones will be huge if the Squeeze are able to do that, because Leesburg's heart of the order coming up, 4, 5, 6, the top of the 9th inning. The pitch to Stokes, fouled back. So Stokes is going to see a 1-2 pitch from Troutner here. Here it is. Outside, ball 2.
Troutner doing a pretty good job so far here in this first at-bat. When he's struggled, it's usually been because of the walks. Only has 4 on the season, but both of those were in his rougher performances.
The 2-2 coming Stokes' way upstairs, ball 3, so the count's going to run full. And now they're in danger of putting the leadoff guy on.
Yeah, don't want a leadoff walk right here for Leesburg. Like I said, just want to get out of this quickly and get back to keeping the lead manageable.
Comes a big payoff pitch here from Jace Troutner. Swung on and missed, an ugly swing and miss at that one. Stokes is down at strikes. That'll bring up Michael Young.
Yeah, and Troutner used that elevated fastball. It just lit up the eyes of a hitter in Stokes. He was probably being a little bit defensive there with 2 strikes, and he took advantage of that. Probably wasn't expecting that on a 3-2 count, but that brings in Michael Young, who's had himself a day.
Now, how good has he been today? 2 hits, 2 extra base hits. Both of them are doubles. He's 2 for 3 overall, but has been a very big bat in this Squeeze lineup today. But he feels a lot better today than he did last night leaving the game. Like to see Michael get on again. Got an 0-1 pitch to Young from Pensacola State. Ball inside on the hands. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. To number 15. Here it is. This one is skied into right field. Furry looks like he's there. He is. That's out. Number 2. So a couple of quick outs from Jace Troutner has got the Squeeze down to their final out in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, that's exactly what you look for out of a late reliever like Troutner. Just come in and make quick work of the hitters and get your offense back on the field. So still a big piece to retire here in Santino Real.
Yeah, it's going to bring up Santino Real 0 for 2 today with a walk and a strikeout. Like to see Sonny get into one here. First pitch to him. Wasn't caught, but it's a ball. Gonna get a new ball. For Troutner, probably something scuffed on there. If it gets there, it'll be Jared Davis coming up next. And it looks like the Squeeze have Michael Demo warming up in their bullpen. We'll see if he comes out or if it's going to be Bella. This one hit high and deep into center field. Get out of here, baseball. Oh, and it's robbed by Austin Brinling. What a catch. Wow. What a play from the center field. Austin Brinling saving a run. That was definitely robbed. So now the Squeeze are going to have to fight off a 1-0 lead going into the top of the ninth inning, 4-3. Winter Gardens defense coming up. All right, top of the ninth inning, Jack Bella still on the mound for Winter Garden, looking to secure the save and force a winner-take-all Game 3 tomorrow night at Pat Thomas Stadium. If it gets there, that game will start at 7 p.m. But like I said, it has to get there. And the heart of the order, Brooks Bryan coming up, the four-hitter, then Michael Furry, then Andrew Lonenbach will follow. Furry.
Yeah, and this is a familiar situation for Leesburg. They're undefeated in the playoffs, but this will be the third straight time they've trailed going into the ninth inning. And then that ninth inning against Winter Park, this is exactly the order that was up going into that ninth inning. So this is, you can only play with fire so long, but Leesburg's been phenomenal late in ball games to this point in the playoff run.
Bella started off with a ball, but came back with a strike, so it's 1-1 on Brooks Bryan. Ball 2 upstairs to Bryan. Bryan is 1 for 3 today. Base hit, RBI, run scored as well. Here comes the 2-1. Oh, really nice pitch there from Bella. Even up the count. Here comes the break even. 2-2 just misses. The count will run full. Probably just a little inside there, I'd say. Here comes a full count payoff pitch. And now the Lightning have the leadoff runner again on in the ninth inning.
Yeah, and Brooks Bryan's been a walk machine here in this series so far. And obviously, it's kind of how Leesburg has started these. That's how they started the game last night, that ninth inning. To get that ninth inning rally going, had that leadoff walk, 2 consecutive leadoff walks. So we'll see what Michael Furry can do right here.
And here comes Furry. Going to be hard to double him up. He's going to square it around to bunt, but it's a ball. McKinley playing in, really in, expecting that bunt. As Leesburg tries to move that runner over. Going to do it again, pulls it back this time, though. It's another ball.
And Furry looking like he's looking to bunt. He is 2 for 3, so he has hit the ball pretty well here today. And we talked about how good he's been at Olympia High School this season.
So 3 straight balls out of the hand of Bella. It's now a 3-0 count.
I think maybe that bunt can be throwing off both Bella and the umpire here with that strike zone.
Really close 3 pitches. 3-0 in there for a strike. Now you wonder what Furry's going to do.
Yeah, he may still look to bunt, but...
Yeah, it might just be bunt all the way until 2 strikes. We'll find out right now. He's going to bunt again. He's going to pop it foul. Oh, that would have been very helpful for Winter Garden. But now, Furry, I don't think we're going to see a bunt. But then again, you never know. Yeah.
You got to be swinging away in this situation.
Yeah, especially 2 for 3 today. Got to be swinging away.
Yeah, and he's been a power threat, especially at Olympia High School.
Yeah. Got a full count, another payoff for Jack Bella. This one on the ground, and play's made by the third base coach. What a play.
Coach Mark Cologne over there.
Look at that. Good
Making
hands,
plays all year.
soft hands, letting the baseball come to him.
Played for the Sanford River Rats and Stetson.
Aha.
First baseman.
So another payoff pitch out of the hand of Bella. This one on the ground to McKinley. Picks it up on the second and on the first, not in time, but that is a big out number one that gets Brian running. But now for Leesburg, you have a very fast runner on first base.
Yeah, and I don't think Michael Furry, it's almost impossible to turn a double play on Michael Furry, especially from third base. So almost not a terrible trade there for Leesburg. Replace Brooks Bryan with Michael Furry on the base pass. I mean, you do have one out now, but one out hasn't really been an issue for Leesburg, especially with a speedy runner like Furry on first.
And here comes Drew Lonnenbach. He's going to look at ball one off speed, just misses. Lonnenbach's 1 for 3 today. 467 in the playoffs, though. The 1-0. Furry's going to stay put. That's a strike from Bella.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they decide to send Michael Furry right here. Obviously, if you get thrown out in this situation, all hope is almost lost, but I want to try and get him in scoring position at some point.
And if you're Bella, when you pick off, you better make sure that ball is right to Rayow.
Yeah, and you almost would like for it to be more of just a check over to first.
Just kind of like a
trying
seam
to throw
move.
him out.
Yeah.
Just kind of keeping him honest.
Exactly, yeah. Keep a couple steps off. Comes the 1-1. He's going to stay put again. That's another strike to Lonnenbach. He didn't think so, but it doesn't matter. Kevin Flay says it's a strike. 1-2 on Lonnenbach. It'll be Gertison to follow. It's a ball upstairs. Got a huge hole up the middle right now. Clay's playing basically right between second and third. The 2-2 fouled back, so he's going to see another one from Bella. Demo kind of looks like he's just kind of moving around out there. I think he's about ready to come in if he needed.
I think this is Bella's game.
Oh, absolutely. This is Bella's game.
Unless he, Leesburg, dramatically puts together a few hits right
again.
here, which they have.
Here comes another 2-2 out of the hands of Jack Bella. This one's lined into center field. Fields giving chase. He dives. He makes the play. What a catch out there by Brandon Fields. How about the defense in this ninth inning? Well, really the last two innings. But the center fielder is showing the leather.
Yeah, really nice play there from Brandon Fields, obviously. This really athletic center fielder, and he showed it right there. Obviously, you got Tyler Gertison, who does have a home run in these playoffs, but it's his only extra base hit of the season. So you can't be too... You still got to be careful with Gertison at the plate, however.
Now the squeeze and out away from forcing a winner-take-all. That one swung on and missed from Gertison. Oh, 1 pitch to Gertison coming in the dirt. Whoa, what a stop from Michael Young. Furry's got a 3-step lead. This one popped into left field. This should end it. Phil's there. Game 3 tomorrow night at Pat Thomas Stadium. Jack Bell is fired up. He gets the save, and Winter Garden wins this one 4-3. Carter, we're going to be right back for Game 3 tomorrow night. How are we feeling about that?
Yeah, it's been a really competitive series, 2 one-run ball games through the first 2 games. Here in this series, Leesburg out-hit the squeeze, almost doubled their hit total, and Winter Garden just able to capitalize a little bit more in key situations than Leesburg was, and that ended up being the difference here today. I mean, obviously a really good performance from the squeeze, both offensively and on the mound from Jack Bella and the starter. So been a really competitive series, 2 really good teams, and it's going to go back to Pat Thomas Stadium for Game 3. Should be a great atmosphere in that one, and I know both these teams are going to be ready.
So winner take all tomorrow night back at Pat Thomas Stadium. That will be a good one for you there. We will both be back on the call tomorrow night. For Carter Mansfield, Christian Opoza, we'll see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Hope you have a good rest of your night. Squeeze win this one 4-3.